All right, I am here. Well, it's not actually a trailhead. It is kind of a picnic stop kind of thing on the Scenic View Trail or road, whatever. So last week or week before last, came down through there and followed this trail. So gonna pick back up here, and I'm going to try to do the 7 or so miles. The last section of the Green Rock Trail. And then see if I can get a ride back to the car. If not, I'll be hiking 14 miles or 15, depending on, whatever. But hopefully at Green Rock Reservation, I can maybe get an Uber or get a Lyft or something like that, if I can get cell signal. So did put my knee brace on, made sure I got water and all that good stuff. And yeah, so seven miles might not seem like all that big of a deal, but I don't know. I'm fat, old, out of shape, and realizing that kind of more and more. Probably improving some, yeah, maybe, yeah, but I don't know. Saw a post the other day where, just for example, my last trip here was about 5 miles total, and it took me about 3 hours to complete. And then on a Missouri hiking group, I saw someone who did the Clue Trail Dogwood and the Clue Trails loop, which is 10.8 miles, and they did it in 4 hours. And I'm like, I am really slow. Of course, and I'm not power walking or super hiking or anything like that. I'm, more of a taking my time, looking at the wildlife, looking at whatever's around, So I'm not on a just walking through the woods to walk. I'm more meandering through the woods, looking at all the really cool stuff and just enjoying it. No, and I just noticed that last time I was through here, this was all full of water. It was a creek crossing when I came through here last time. So that means it might be dry the whole way. awesome freaking scenery through here. At least for me. I like looking at this stuff. So, going to get up here to the, I'm on the Green Rock Trail, Eagle Valley loop. Going to be following the Green Rock Trail. So it's a little ways, maybe a quarter mile from where I turned off the Green Rock Trail last time. So I guess, yeah. Anyway, I'll share more as it goes. It's a little bitty dam up there that has a little retention pond behind it. All right, so I'll share more when I get to the gigantical uphill that the map shows. It's a real steep climb in a real short amount of time. But it also kind of seemed like that there was a real quick descent in a real short amount of time. And it didn't really seem that way when I was walking it. So we'll see if this looks the same in real life as it does on the map. All right, so we're here at the split. That's the connector to Beulah Trail that I took last time. And we are continuing on. See, a couple of people on bikes came through there, went back the way I came. Not sure what that trail is. But the Green Rock Trail goes that way. Oh, Scenic Overlook goes that way. It's good to like occasionally look at the guideposts. So this is Green Rock Trail. A trail runner just passed. And dang, I cannot imagine running, 16 miles? On this stuff, rocks, you can easily twist a freaking ankle. Squirrels are out everywhere. I was kind of hoping for more than squirrels, given it's pretty early in the morning. Only 9:20 right now. I mean, that's not way awful early in the morning, but tried to get a start early as I could. But from here on out, it's the great unknown, because I've never been this way before. Green Rock Trail goes that way. Nothing marked goes that way, but there's a trail. Green Rock Trail back here. Pedestrian only upon entering Rockwoods. So apparently in Greensfelder, you can ride horses on this, but you can't go very far. This is already looking pretty cool. Got squirrels, but man, that would be a great campsite if you could camp out here. That would be awesome. Of course, still do kind of have the hum of I-44 kind of getting out here. And oh man, the line to get into Six Flags was obscene. I mean, it was backed up to the interstate, and I had a little bit of trouble determining which lane to be in. It's not very obvious. I mean, I guess it is. It's well marked. It's just, I don't know. There's been some confusing signs that like have 2 lanes marked, but it's kind of tricky to decide which 2 lanes. Anyway, I got in here, no problem. Just stuck to the leftmost turn signal or turn sign, and then stuck to the leftmost lane. So I pretty much went around all the people sitting in that line and like, bye. Sucks to be you. And there's a split here, which is weird because it should be only one trail. So this is not even a marked trail. It's like non-existent, but it exists. Weird. So I can see maybe part of the incline starting, but I haven't noticed anything yet. So probably somebody done had a heart attack over at Six Flags or something like that. They should have medical personnel. I mean, they do have medical personnel on staff, on site, just sitting around. And they are oddly active because lots of people go to amusement parks and have medical events. Which is probably one of the reasons I don't like going to amusement parks. Maybe. I don't know. But man, this is some pretty cool stuff. There's a squirrel running. He's fast. It's very early spring, which is kind of cool. Got a whole spring vibe. Anyway. Of course, walking into the rising sun kind of sucks. Well, here we go. Yep, that's starting the uphill, I assume. That looks as intimidating as I had expected. All right. You know what? I hate hats. I don't like having my vision cut off that much. This I can see like all the way. Whoops. I can see up to here, right? And then not being able to see past here when I'm up here. It's annoying. I don't know. I'm just weird that way. I like to be able to see. Of course, being blinded by the sun is not good either. All right, yeah, this is and interesting stairs. Dang. All right. I'm gonna, wow. Those are trees, but still, looking behind me, it was awfully impressive. All right. Yeah, I can see the steep rise right here. Okay. I'll talk to you later. So this just looks awesome. Got a trail right here. Zooming around these. Then into this nice covered passage. Hope it looks as cool on the video as it does where I'm seeing it. Oh man. Yeah, this just looks cool. Love little passages like this. Got the rock wall here, the cedars. Oh, it's awesome. Wow. It is instances like this that kind of make you feel small. Look at that. I would love to get up to that rock outcropping. It's right there. But not going off trail. So, yeah. It is freaking awesome out here. We're at Greensfelder Park, emergency location number 70. If you are in distress, please call 911. Just heard gunshots a few steps back. So I'm like, I'm not sure people should have guns this out here in the park. They say weapons are not permitted. So I'm not sure how far away that was. The amount of willpower to not go up that hill is astounding. Now that I think about it, the words "up that hill" really helps to squash that urge to go visit that rock outcropping. So yeah, we did gain a good bit of elevation in a short amount of time, but the switchbacks made it not that big a deal. So that's pretty cool. Switchbacks were well designed and laid out so that didn't feel much at all like going up a steep hill, even though it pretty much was. Looking out over there is just freaking awesome. Got up pretty high. Could get more, but man, I don't know. Might have to come back for that. Just an exploration day. Things out here are really cool. runner. Yep. So some fallen trees have made some interesting trail features. The runner just came through. Had to go really low there, and I don't think my backpack's going to allow me to really duck that low to get down there. So gonna have to make some creative decisions about how to get around this. Probably just walk down there and step over. So I was out here looking at the awesomeness of that freaking hill, and then I noticed this. I thought it was a stone turret or something, but it looks like a wooden square house with maybe a flagpole on top, sitting up on top of that hill. But that is, oh man, it blends right in. Yeah, this is one of the little ambiguous areas. It looks like that's a trail, but it also looks like this is a trail. So I'm going to go left because it's a little less steep that way. Not that it's not just as steep, I guess, eventually. But whoa, yep, that's some steep hill. I am not going to be recording while I do that. Oh boy, see at top. So it looks like that was just two options for this trail. I don't know if either one of them is better than the other, but yeah, that put some burn in the legs, to be sure. Oh, very nice. Oh, some really cool. Yeah, we are not done with the uphill. Not at the top yet. Some very cool rock formations up there. I can see through the trees. Not at the top yet. So just wanted to mention two trails reconnected back there. Not even 5 steps, and found this. Check that out. That is very cool. That is a very holy rock. Ah, I like rocks. Rocks are very cool. So couple of things I've been wanting to mention is during the week I retreated all my clothes with permethrin. I didn't do the Sawyer thing. I did went to Farm and Home and got permethrin concentrate and mixed it myself, and I could have added a little bit more water because the scent is definitely strong on these freshly treated clothes. And there was something else, but I can't think of it. I'm just still in awe about all the cool rock formations here. Look at that. That is awesome. But we're entering Rockwoods Reservation. Green Rock Trail, Missouri Conservation Department, all that good stuff. And I had better have put a laughing emoji or ROF LOL back there when I said we gained a lot of elevation, but the switchbacks made it real cool. Oh, I was a little bit how you want to say, premature in that. And we're almost at the top. Oh, squirrel. No, really, there was a squirrel over there. I don't know. Might be. Maybe we could say this is the top. Or this is pretty much the top. Holy crap. Tell you what though, like a year ago, I would have had to sit down probably halfway up it. And now I've reached the top and I'm just gonna keep on walking. Oh boy. I can definitely feel, I don't know what I can feel. A little tingle or sweat right down here in my solar plexus area. Kind of like, oh man, we haven't sweat in a while. It's been pretty cold. Yeah, it has been pretty cold. Today is not cold. Whew. That was a heck of a hill. But kind of getting the feeling that I've hiked this section before. It's the Rockwoods Reservation section of the Green Rock Trail. If I haven't got here, I've gotten pretty close. The first time I attempted to hike the Green Rock Trail. Oh. Things are kind of looking familiar. Of course, on top of this ridge, I think goes on for a little ways. Anyway, I now think I've actually topped that very high hill in a short period of time. So should be level for a little bit. And then there's that one section in Rockwoods Reservation that feels like it's uphill both ways. So that's going to be an interesting section. Yep, there's one of the houses over there. Not too far. All right. Look at that white mark on the tree. Right through there. That's a hole in one of the trees. That's interesting. Looks like a 2x4 or something was through there. Whole lot of just interesting tree features in this section, along with the house over there. Maybe 2 or 3. I'm expecting a turn to the right. All right, then, lots of road. Did not know that. All right. So yeah, like I said, I'm expecting a turn to the right. Down here with a sign marking, saying something about going to the office. But I'm not a real good judge of distance, apparently. So that could be a ways off. I don't know. I could probably look at my GPS and say, oh, I've only gone halfway. But I don't know. Yeah, it's a good bit after where I said that I thought I'd been in this section before. Probably not. But getting close to where I was. I do not remember those cabins. Yeah, there are cabins up there. And a road, apparently. Because I just saw a moped or something. And now I can see the road over there. Huh. I'll look it up on the map later. When I see this, to remind myself to look it up on the map. Right. I forgot that there is a road crossing on the Green Rock Trail. And I think I'm coming up to it right now. I thought, for some unknown reason, that the road crossing was like in a valley, but it does not appear that way, as this is pretty much uphill. So, man, I gotta really suck it at reading a map. This is definitely not a valley. This is a hill. Anyway, see you on the other side. This is a selfie stop. Do not know what that means. 2 of 3. Cabin fever hike, turn around and proceed back. Okie dokie. That is apparently some cool thing that I had no idea about. But after crossing the road there, this seems to plunge. Yeah, watch your step, because this is, holy crap, this is a steep downhill. How are those legs feeling? Legs are fine, but dang, the toes. This is a toe cruncher. Holy crap. Look at that. just came across there from that hill. Now we're going back up the other side of the valley. Yeah, I mean, Green Rock Trail is no joke. It's got green rocks on it for one, but yeah, these hills, man, they are something. I mean, it's not all hills, you know, and I determined I am nowhere near where I got to on the coming the other direction. Nowhere close. This is all new. It was just a very similar looking ridge that I happened to be walking along that made me think I was a lot closer than I was. Might have been wishful thinking. I don't know. But man, the scenery is awesome. And I hear people's. Maybe way off. I don't know. Dang, look at that. That's one of the houses I was looking at earlier. Hey, I made my upstairs goal. Jeez. I would have expected that a ways back. Yep, People's Approach. 2.6 miles. That's all I've gone. 2.6. And back there I was thinking, you know what? I'm not obscenely tired. Haven't had to rest or anything. I think I'm doing pretty good, especially with those hills. And so you know what? I got about 7, maybe 8 miles whole trip to do. And about 4 miles, I need to sit down, take a break, eat something, whether I need to or not. And now, at almost 3 miles, I'm thinking, I'm probably gonna need to. I don't know. But yeah, at somewhere around 4 miles, I'm gonna try and sit down, take a break, you know, about halfway. And something that hasn't happened to me in quite some time, I'm catching up with people, which is weird. I'm usually the one getting passed by elderly gentlemen, but I'm catching up on people, and that just doesn't seem right. But man, this landscape is pretty freaking awesome. Trail's awesome. The landscape's awesome. The hills are, oh my God. And I was thinking, would I like to do it the other way? The other direction? I don't know. But I gotta say, if I did, I would definitely want to do it when it was dry. Would definitely not want to do that hill, that really steep hill over the road when it was even a little bit wet. There were slide marks and stuff on it as it was, but I can't imagine doing that hill when it's wet and muddy. That would be really dangerous, because I could see sliding a long ways down that hill. Anyway, if I don't see you before then, see you at 4 miles. So I went off the trail to pee, and I went the wrong way, because about the time I thought, oh, this is good enough, I'd almost reconnected with the trail. Switchbacks, real good idea, but they can be problematic if you're trying to pee. So, haven't peed yet. And today is apparently a real popular day to be on this trail, which sucks. All right, 4.1 miles. Got into a familiar valley. The trail is right over there, and I have found a spot to pee, and a little ways away from that, sit down. So I'm gonna probably finish off the water I have, refill it, and have a fig bar. So I do not have too far to go. Maybe 2.5 miles. It is not the easiest of terrain, but definitely not as hard as what I just been through. So yeah, see y'all in a little bit. All right, well, about that time. Get back on the trail. Don't think I have maybe 2 miles or so to go. One big uphill that I'm aware of. Then I got to see if I can get a ride. All right, back to it. Man, that hill right after my rest felt more difficult than all the worse hills before that. I don't know if it's because I just rested a while and broke my stride or whatever, but dang, that was tough. Need to remind myself not to stop in the valley. Maybe stopping on top of the hill is a lot better. So either you're going back down for the first part, sounded like somebody clapping. There was a woodpecker tapping on a tree while I was resting, and dang, he stayed at it for a long time. Kind of started to get annoying. Anyway, yeah, now it's a little slight up and downs for a while, then get back to that rock scramble, brief, small rock scramble, and should be pretty much at Rockwoods Reservation. We're in Rockwoods Reservation right now, but I mean at the parking lot. So yeah, this has been a pretty cool hike. Maybe next time I'll do it the other direction. See how that works out. But it is definitely different than a loop. Walking straight through from one trailhead to the other. I guess this is my first intentional through hike, even though it's just a little section. I guess maybe it's about half. 16 miles total, and I'm doing, I don't know, maybe 6, 7, little under half. But yeah, I think if I started out very early in the morning, I might could do the whole thing with a nice hour break for lunch. That would be cool. Ooh. But I think on the other side of that hill right there is the rock scramble. I think we're just going to skirt around like that. I think relive will give a better idea. Anyway, all right. Well, I am literally within view of the trailhead, taking a little break at a really cool spot. Trail's like right there, but gonna get some water. Ran out, didn't refill when I was on the break, and yeah, gonna refill my water now and finish hiking to the trailhead. All right, it's been pretty awesome, and I am at an awesome spot for sitting down and resting. So Marie got me these Ergo Trail, like a collapsible water bottle. It's got a bite valve on it, and it's pretty cool when you need a quick drink. It's also got a filter in it, so even though it's clean water right now, if it wasn't, it'd be good too. Could just scoop water into it and filter it on the trail. So look at this. This rock wall here is a real nice place to sit. And I even got a footrest. So this is a really cool spot to be. All right, back on the trail. I took advantage of the height up there to get my lift on the way. And it's pretty cool because I selected wait and save. Saved a whopping 92 cents. And gave myself 15 minutes to get down to the spot I said I'd be. So that's pretty cool. Fortunately, Rockwoods Reservation is not too far out in the boonies. And so it's not a horrible price. Not great, but not horrible. And as a wee bonus, the last few hundred yards, my knee is starting to complain a little bit. So it's freaking perfect timing. Really didn't like the downhill there, so but now it should be fairly flat, except for this creek crossing. It says it's impossible to pass during high water. Don't believe that, but yeah, I'll throw the hiking details up. But gonna be about 5.5 miles. very much not what I was expecting. Yeah, I thought I had calculated that it was going to be a bit further, but that is not the case. 5.5 miles. Going to be a lot longer ride back to the car. But yeah, so this has been pretty awesome. So anything is possible. Y'all get out there and y'all have fun hiking. Well, turns out you can get a lift. Can't get a lift just anywhere. So, looks like I'm hiking the 5 miles back to the car. Did not plan on doing 10 miles today, but oh well. Dims the brakes, I guess. And that. So I started back down the trail, and I'm like, nah, okay, let's see if the Rangers can arrange something and get me back to my car. But nope, they couldn't do that. So I started back down the trail, and then my knee said nope. So I went back and waited in the parking lot.